Okay, the nearest snap. The nearest snap is a little bit dangerous because it allows you to snap to anywhere on a line. Um, uh, it's useful in some occasions, but as a general rule I would have it turned off on, otherwise you'll end up snapping to anything and have a very inaccurate drawing. So L for line, shift right click, nearest, and as you can see we can snap to anywhere on this line. Okay, parallel snap. Now, parallel snap differs a little bit because you don't actually click on anything. It's like a tracking snap. So what I'm going to do is create a line and shift right click and use parallel, and I'm just going to hover over the line. Make a liar out of me now. Shift right click, parallel, and you can see now a little green plus has appeared. What will happen now is as I move my cursor around, it'll snap the user coordinate system, which is how we orientate ourselves in Autocad, to the line that I've hovered over, and then I can either move the cursor in that direction and click, and then shift right click, parallel, hover over the next item, and then it'll adjust to match that line again. Very useful tracking tool. What have we not looked at? Apparent intersection. Apparent intersection is where two lines cross in space, in 2D space, but one of them is slightly out of kilter with its z-plane. So for instance, if I click on this line, you can see here that the x and y coordinates, which are the two end coordinates, and the z coordinate is 100 millimeters off the 0 plane. Just escape out of that and select this item. You can see the 0 plane, the z plane is at 0. So although these two items appear to cross over each other, one is actually 100 millimeters higher than the other. So if I wanted to snap to that, then I would have to start the line command, shift right click, and choose apparent intersection, and you can see this deferred apparent intersection snap. As I get to the center of it, it sees the intersection of the two, or the apparent intersection, and allows me to snap to the intersection. Finally, we're going to have a look at the object snap tracking, which, as I said before, is very similar to the extension mode. So let's turn this on by pressing F11. You can see it came on down here, so object snap tracking. And again, L for line, I'm going to find the midpoint of this circle, and instead of clicking I'm just hovering, and it's brought up a purple snap point, a purple plus sign in the midpoint, and if I go across to this midpoint it does the same, and as the two intersect it allows me to pick a point where the two midpoints intersect, or would apparently intersect. Again, I can do the same here, so the two endpoints, it's just like the extension snap. In this case it's showing endpoint snaps. So what object snap tracking does is allows you to pick on other snap objects, or snap points on objects, and use them to infer other points on the drawing. Well, that's object snaps. I think we've pretty much covered everything here. Yeah, brilliant.